Hello and welcome to your own channel. Let's talk business once again. And this short video presentation is part B of my previous video presentation. Now, in this video presentation, we will talk about the use case of Policy Bazaar and how Policy Bazaar is trying to leverage the potential of blockchain. Now, before starting this use case, I would like to bring your attention to Business Standard news release. It's a year-old news release, but still hold a very important relevance when it talk about the insurance IT industry in India. So before understanding this, you have to understand what problem Policy Bazaar is trying to solve. And according to this article, it says that the Policy Bazaar partners with Accurivis to enable data integration using the blockchain. Now, as I said earlier, the blockchain is a technology of mutual cooperation. So if you have multiple stakeholders transacting on the common platform, then blockchain make a lot of sense. Now here, before getting deep into the use case, we have to understand what is Policy Bazaar and what sort of value it brings into the insurance IT space. Let me pull out my pointer here. So Policy Bazaar is India's leading insurance aggregator, which provide a platform for retail customer to purchase health, life and motor insurance. And currently, Policy Bazaar control over roughly 80 to 85% of insurance aggregator market in India. And the platform transacts roughly around 30 to 40% of all personal line insurance cover sold in India. So you can understand the Policy Bazaar is having a huge value in the insurance market space. Now let's see what problem they are trying to solve with the help of blockchain technology. Now earlier, the Policy Bazaar is trying to exchange the data between their stakeholder in the form of traditional APIs and database. This mechanism was okay if you have a small set of stakeholders, but when you're talking about the insurance, you have many stakeholders are involved, which means that traditional API data sharing database is having its own limitation. And the limitation is nothing but the increase in the frictional cost of sending data between one system to the other system. And this also leads to the duplication, and maintaining the data is extremely expensive, painful and time consuming. So Policy Bazaar is trying to solve this problem. And how they are solving this problem? They are trying to bring blockchain into their business problem. Now, as I said earlier and continuously stating that the blockchain is the technology for mutual cooperation. So Policy Bazaar also realized this, and they actually bring blockchain into their business process so that they can share the ownership of the data among its partner and various stakeholders, so that everybody within their business process share the same network and trust and see the same version of the truth. And this reduces the operational costs and speed up the response time to the customer query. And how they are solving this problem? They are solving this problem by implementing the IBM Hyperledger blockchain with the help of Accurivis Network Private Limited. Is a US-based startup which is helping Policy Bazaar to actually address some of the key issues related to the data coordination. IBM Hyperledger blockchain solution will enable more secure communication with its partner, which will reduce the frictional cost to exchange the data between the various key stakeholders or partner and increase the operational efficiency within the entire process. I was reading then CTO of Policy Bazaar, Mr. Ashish Gupta's interview in one of the news site, and he mentioned that the solving the customer queries and grievance take a lot of time due to multiple IT systems used by the different stakeholders within their business process. And this multiple stakeholders using multiple IT system leads to a non-uniformity of data. Now, this leads to a lot of time to resolve the operational issues, and the reconciliation take a lot of time and effort, causing inconvenience to the end customer. Integration of blockchain technology make a lot of sense to bring all the stakeholders into a common platform. Apart from solving this data problem, there are other aspect of this blockchain implementation in their business process, and one of the key aspect to detect and minimize the fraud. So before getting into the fraud aspect of the blockchain, we have to understand then what it means to the Indian insurance market. Now, it is to be noted here that the Indian insurance industry at this moment loses around 10%, which is roughly around $6.25 billion to various frauds. And the majority of this fraud, approximately 80% of this fraud, is from the life insurance sector, and remaining 14% is coming from the general insurance sector. Now, the Policy Bazaar says that the blockchain technology integration with its business process will enable it detecting and minimizing the rampant insurance fraud. And that will ultimately bring down the cost of the insurance to the policyholder. The other important aspect is about the data security. The company claims that the blockchain technology will enable it to have secure, private, and fast, reliable communication within their partner. Now, if you see from the benefit point of view, cost of processing per transaction will come down and will give benefit to the direct policyholders. Now, that's all from this case study, and hope you have learned something. Bye bye.